अच्छी है, बंदे अच्छे हैं, बंदे अच्छे हैं।
The guests for today's Life Influencers Bande Ache episode are a power couple with common vision for ensuring lives of many or lakhs. The couple goals married each other. The life is a bliss when common interests cheer their hearts. She has been in the insurance domain for 17 long years, out of which she has 4 times the Star Club winner, 2 times top the table winner, 1 time core the table, and 1 time the $1 million roundtable winner, and 4 times the lifetime MDRT Arch winner. Well, both have together been championing the insurance industry. So, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone, we are about to meet the dynamic, enigmatic couple, Atul and Rekha Jain. Well, Rekha started advising her friends and family in the year 2005, while Atul began his innings in the year 2017, about 5 years behind. She used to also help Atul in his business administration, and he also took keen interest in understanding various insurance products as an investor. Both Rekha and Atul always look at the client's interests over their own. They have also been a successful life coaches for clients. Coming from a highly educated family with morale and integrity at their hearts, this couple has become one of the top performers of the company. They're both available 24/7 and always come across with a great warmth and energy. There's always try and to raise the bar and tend to always beat their previous benchmarks. So what's the wait for? What clients mostly like about them is about the open door policy. So, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone, let's welcome the duo couple, the power couple, Atul and Rekha Jain here at Life Influencers बंदे अच्छे हैं. आपका स्वागत है इस शो में. और सबसे पहले तो ये हम आपको बोलना चाहेंगे, thank you for ensuring the lives of many, because you have done so, and that is why you're here with me at the Life Influencers बंदे अच्छे हैं.
Thank you, Mithun. Thank you for hosting us.
Okay, so let's get straight on to the first segment called Early Life, Family, and Growing Up. And the first question goes to Rekha ma'am, it's for you. Tell us something about your parents and what are the values learned from them that helped you excel in your career overall.
Actually, I belong to a small town, Shri Karanpur in Rajasthan, and हमारा बिजनेस फैमिली है. बट मेरे फादर ने बिजनेस ज्वाइन नहीं करके अपना पैशन फॉलो किया. तो ही वांटेड टू बी अ म्यूजिशियन. तो ही इज एंड उनका ये डिसीजन काफी सक्सेसफुल भी रहा. नाउ ही इज रिनॉन्ड मैजिशियन. जादूगर सम्राट शंकर के नाम से उनको लोग जानते हैं.
क्या बात है.
And he has already performed 26,000, more than 26,000 shows. तो उनसे काफी इन्फ्लुएंस रहा है मुझे, क्योंकि उनकी लाइफ भी काफी हार्ड वर्किंग रही है. शोज के दौरान उनको काफी हार्ड वर्क करना पड़ता है, एंड उनसे हमने यही सीखा है, पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड, हार्ड वर्किंग. और उनके साथ हमारा टूरिंग भी काफी रहता था. तो शोज के दौरान काफी डिग्निटरीज, फैन से मिलना होता था. एंड देन वो सब चीजें, हमें इतने लोगों से मिलना, एक्सप्लोर करना, लोगों के बारे में जानना, वो सब चीजें मुझे इंश्योरेंस में हेल्प करती है. एंड मेरी मदर ने स्टार्टिंग से ही, क्योंकि फादर का टूरिंग रहता था तो उनके लिए भी चैलेंजेस रहे हैं, तो उनको मैंने शुरू से फॉलो किया है. उन्होंने सारे हमारी एजुकेशन हो, फैमिली जो भी अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज को पूरा करते हुए, तो ये सब चीजों ने मुझे शुरू से गाइडेंस मिली है और मैं फॉलो करती हूँ उसे.
अतुल जी, आप बताइए, आपके जीवन के बारे में कुछ बताइए हमें, आपके पेरेंट्स के बारे में बताइए हमें, एंड व्हाट हैज हेल्प्ड यू एक्सेल इन योर जर्नी.
So, my parents, they were most simple and most humble people you'll ever find. So my father was an educationist, so he was an MSc in physics, that too a gold medalist in early
Wow.
1950s. He did his physics, education, and he went into education. He was a lecturer in physics in the government college, or that is where our interest in education started. And first lesson I learned was that education is the best form of investment. So that always says that any investment which has to go, it has to go in the education first. My
True.
mother was quite educated too. She was MA, and she was our first teacher actually. So these are the values we learned from our parents. Other big learning we had from my parents was, the small savings. My father was in government job, though he came from a business family too, but he was also a self-made person. So he started his family with a very small salary. I think it was pretty small at that point of time, but every time I saw him saving those small schemes, small policies he used to buy, or small savings he used to do. And but the lifestyle which we could go get, the places we could go to was tremendous. And we saw the power of those small savings, that small savings can make a big impact in one's family. And this was the first experience. So these two values would always stay with me.
How has your wife, who's right next to you, helped you on this journey of being an advisor?
Okay. So Rekha had been always supportive. She had been, like she's talked about her mother. So Rekha had been the backbone of our family. So she took care of most of our family needs, our social needs. Whenever we are meeting, we have to meet people. So even if I'm not there, things are taken care of. So I was initially working for TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, in the initial part of my career, and then years after the marriage, I left my job and started a startup. So, which was a quite challenging job at that point of time, starting a startup. I being a first generation entrepreneur myself, no, there to support the family. So the best part is I could get emotional support from her whenever there is a need. And plus, she was taking care of the family. I can join any point of time, whenever there is a need. So I can start from wherever I want, or I am able to contribute and at the same time build my business. So that was the first part. Regarding insurance, she was the one actually who initiated us into the insurance business. She put the code somewhere in 2005.
2005. Mhm.
And then, it was initially meant to take care of our own investments. And then, a few years we were just learning, and then we started the business much, much later.
How did you first connect and meet? Now I understand two of them come from different family background, पर ये मिलन कैसे हुई इसके बारे में थोड़ा हमें बताइए.
So it was actually an arranged marriage. So we met through, my uncle and his father were common friends. So they introduced us. So we met in the hotel. It was connected at the first sight. We liked each other, and both of us said yes. So next day we were engaged. She mentioned she comes from a small town in Rajasthan called Shri Karanpur. Actually, it's a Pakistan border.
It's hardly 10 minutes
away
apart.
from Pakistan border. So
Wow.
it's quite a long journey. So we had a long distance relationship for quite a while. And not quite a while, it was meant to be for a couple of months, say. We could not connect. There were no telephone lines. So at my home, there was no telephone. At their home, there was telephone, but with manual connections. You have to tell somebody to dial, and रहती थी कि शायद कोई सुन रहा है. तो हमने भी बहुत मैनेज करके अपने घर में कनेक्शन लगाया, बात कर सके. पूरा पूरा दिन लाइन नहीं मिलती, और शाम को तक हार के डर डर के हेलो हाय से ज्यादा बात नहीं हो पाती थी. इनफैक्ट हमने जो बीच बीच में जब उसको एक्चुअली पाकिस्तान बोलना शुरू कर दिया था, फिर हमारा एक कॉमन टीजिंग पॉइंट होता था कि शी इज फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान, आई एम फ्रॉम इंडिया. तो
Yeah.
हम इसको क्रॉस बॉर्डर्स ले गए थे अपने लेवल पे. तो इनफैक्ट क्या था कि इनका सरनेम मोदी है, मेरा सरनेम जैन है.
अच्छा.
बिफोर मैरिज। तो लोग हमको बोलते थे कि आप लोगों का इंटर कास्ट मैरिज है, तो हम लोग हंसते थे, नहीं इंटर कास्ट नहीं, इंटरनेशनल मैरिज है हमारी।
Very interesting. We understand you own few bakeries, if I'm not wrong, right? So how do you manage it with your busy schedule and life
Yeah.
insurance business? ये दोनों आप हाथों में हाथ लेकर कैसे चलते हो?
Actually, I have been a multi-ball juggler most of the time. So, food is passion in the family. तो सब फूडी हैं एंड इन जैन फैमिलीज में आपको पता है कुछ रेस्ट्रिक्शंस भी रहते हैं, तो हमें एल्डर्स एंड बच्चों का मैच भी करना होता है, तो कुछ इनोवेशन और एक्सपेरिमेंट्स भी चलते रहते थे। तो फूड फूड मेरा पैशन रहा है शुरू से। एंड वी हैड वन अनदर इंटरनेशनल फूड बिजनेस आल्सो, वी इंपोर्ट ऑलिव ऑयल, पास्ताज एंड फ्रॉम स्पेन। तो उस दौरान हमारा काफी इंटरनेशनल ट्रैवलिंग भी रहता था, हम फूड शोज भी हमने अटेंड किए हैं, शेफ्स काफी शेफ्स से भी हमारा इंटरेक्शन रहता था, तो काफी एक्सप्लोर किया है फूड को। तो बेकरीज अभी हम हैंड्स फ्री मोड में हम मेरा चल रहा है, मैं बहुत ज्यादा मैं स्टक नहीं हूँ, बट हम हैंड्स फ्री मोड में है विद एम्प्लॉयज एंड एक फ्रेंचाइजी के साथ हमारा टाई अप है। एंड जब जब मुझे टाइम मिलता है तो मैं अपना इनपुट्स देती हूँ, बट जब भी मुझे एक्सप्लोर करना होता है, जब भी मन होता है, तो वो सब चीज़ें मैनेज हो जाती है। ऑटोमेशन पर है सब चीज़ें, हम लोग अपने टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ कर रहे हैं, कैमराज एंड ऑल। तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि उसको एक काम की तरह नहीं लेते हैं। तो फूड एंड इंश्योरेंस इजीली मैनेज हो जाता है मेरा, बहुत चैलेंजेस आते नहीं है, एंड हार्ड वर्क करने से हम लोग कभी घबराते नहीं है। तो आपको पता है
क्या
कि जो
बात है, वंडरफुल। अतुल जी, आप बताइए कि हाउ हैज द इंडस्ट्री ब्रॉट यू क्लोजर टू योर कस्टमर्स?
तो जैसा हमने बताया कि शुरू तो बिजनेस ही हमारी अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट नीड्स से हुआ था, कि हमें अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स करनी है, उनको मैनेज करना है, इंश्योरेंस नीड्स, इन्वेस्टमेंट नीड्स, सबको टाई डाउन करते हुए हम लोग बढ़ते थे। तो रेखा ने शुरू में जब इंट्रोड्यूस किया तो टॉपिक हमारे काफी क्लोज था। इनफैक्ट इससे पहले जो मैं साथ में ही एक बिजनेस में रन कर रहा था, दैट वाज फॉर द सोशल सिक्योरिटी बेनिफिट्स। हम लोग पेरोल एंड रिटायरमेंट बेनिफिट्स अपने क्लाइंट्स के लिए ऑपरेशन रन करते थे। हमारा सॉफ्टवेयर ऑनलाइन सॉफ्टवेयर था थ्रू विच वी यूज्ड टू सपोर्ट देम। तो मुझे इस फील्ड में काफी कुछ तो पहले से इंसाइट्स थे ही, पर जब इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री में आए तो इंसाइट्स काफी बढ़ गए, और वो डायरेक्शंस काफी, हमारी नॉलेज और रीच काफी काफी हद तक बढ़ गई। अब हमारे एक्सपीरियंसेस अपनी जगह हैं और उनके अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस अपनी जगह। तो ये जब कनेक्ट बनता है तो बहुत पावरफुल है। और साथ में आईप्रू जैसी कंपनी के साथ काम करके, जिसने हमें इतने पावरफुल टूल्स दिए लोगों के साथ बात करने के लिए, ये सोने पे सुहागा हो गया।
The next segment is moment of truth with customers. So, Rekha ji, सवाल आपसे है. We've heard about your open door policy and availability to customers around the clock. How do you manage this?
Actually, our customers and employees are our family. Like, so our biggest driver is word of mouth and referencing. So we have not learned sales, but customer support. So it's important to available all the time to your customer whenever they need us to connect or to get something. तो कभी हमने बाउंड्रीज इस तरह से रखी नहीं है। एंड क्योंकि वही सब क्वेश्चंस का वही है कि हम लोग कभी काम को लेकर ओवरबर्डन हमने कभी फील किया नहीं है, तो हम एंजॉय करते हैं लोगों से बात करना, और हमारे कस्टमर्स भी बहुत फ्रेंडली हो जाते हैं हमसे बात करते हुए। तो ऐसा हमारा कभी वो रहा नहीं है, तो उस तरह से बाउंड्रीज
आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड हियर, यू सी, हम लोगों ने काफी डेलीगेट करने की कोशिश की है हमेशा। हम हमेशा कभी भी हमने ये एक, क्योंकि हम इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री में जब आए थे, हमने भी ये सोचा था कि हमें अपने काम का भी इंश्योरेंस करके रखना है। तो वी नीड टू ट्रेन पीपल, वी नीड टू हैव अ पावरफुल टीम, जो कि कभी भी एट एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम काम को बढ़ा सकेगी या काम को आगे ले जा सकेगी। तो हमने कोशिश हमेशा ये रखी कि सारी की सारी इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर हो, एटलीस्ट फर्स्ट इन बिटवीन अस एंड देन विद द टीम, की कस्टमर्स के बारे में, उनके बारे में। तो ज्यादातर तो लोगों को एक्सेस पहले से ही अवेलेबल है।
We move to the next segment, life goals, aspirations. यहाँ पर हम आंसर्स वन लाइनर में देते हैं. तो सवाल आपसे है पहले. India is a booming market right now. Next in 10 years is going to be India's economy is going to be going towards trillion. That's the whole aim. So what is your plan for the next decade? What are the goals you have set for coming years?
Okay. So next decade is going to be the decade of consolidation. So during our journey, we have learned so much. We have experimented with many things, and now is the time to consolidate everything. So, and give things to people rather than to build from there. तो हमारा फोकस यही है कि फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज डोमेन में अब हम लोग हैं, इस डोमेन को आगे ग्रो करना है, आगे बढ़ाना है. वी हैव टू हेल्प पीपल. तो हमने एक एम रखा है कि वी विल हैव $1,000 million ड्रीम्स कम ट्रू. विद 1,000 लोगों को $1 millionaire बनाना है. So that is one of our dream, which is there, which we are taking it through.
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस हियर. पर वो कहते हैं आप दोनों तो हैं, पर परिवार भी बहुत ज्यादा साथ देता है आपके इस जर्नी में. इसीलिए हमारा अगला सेगमेंट परिवार के साथ होता है, व्हिच इज कॉल्ड द फैमिली कनेक्शंस ऑफ लाइफ इन्फ्लुएंसेस. Alright, welcome back to Life Influences. Bande Achhe Hain. Now we've been joined by the family members, or rather, son and daughter of Rekha ji and Atul ji, is Archita and Arja. Welcome to Life Influences. Bande Achhe Hain.
Hello. Hey.
Okay, so what we do is we play a very fun game. It's called as Never Have I Ever. So in case you have done something, you will say I have. You'll put the leaf up. If you have not done it, you will say never, but you will not lie. So let's begin this. And all four of them will play this together. So first question is, never have I ever made a fake language.
Never.
Atul ji has. So has Archita. Arjav has not. Rekha has not. Wonderful. Next question. Never have I ever fallen out of the bed in the middle of the night. I have.
Arjav. But he was so small at that time, so.
अरे no problem. बड़े होने में भी आपको गिरने की प्रैक्टिस मिल जाएगी. First get married once. You'll understand how to get out of the bed as well. Well, last question I have to ask the two of you. Arjun, let's ask this question to you. What do you admire the most about your mom and dad?
So they're very innovative. Like they think very out of the box, and so like when I was studying, my dad used to help me with questions and all. So of course it has been such a long time, so he won't know the actual method to do it, right? But he'll come up with something very out of the box that will get somewhere closer. So yeah, that was really interesting.
And about your mom?
Yeah, she too is very innovative. Like for all our school projects and all, she was the one who was doing the arts and craft, helping us there. She was always helping us in some way or the other, which was innovative that we couldn't think of it ourselves.
Lovely to hear. Okay, Arjita, you tell me, what makes you proud of your dad and mom?
So they have like a very entrepreneurial mindset, and they never follow that herd mentality, and they're always like passionate about their goals, and they're willing to take risks in order to achieve those particular goals. They also make very informed decision, like they'll do their research about any domain that they get into beforehand, and they'll take calculated risks.
Wow, that's a good answer from both of you. Well, thank you so very much for joining us here at Life Influences Bande Achhe Hain, where we learned so much. At the same time, we also understood the format that Power Duo works on, and that is exchange of role plays. And of course, the door is always open if you want to be advised. That is why our duo comes in picture to make sure they nurture your life. It was indeed an absolute episode. I'm sure you have seen so much. You've got influenced. After all, this is why we're here. Life Influences Bande Achhe Hain. My name is Mithun Upadhyay. Until next time, be happy and be advised. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rekha. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Have a good, wonderful day.